Is God real? And is there any proof of that? Recently, I just had an atheist ask me, well, prove that God is real. Happy to offer proof of that claim. You should always offer evidence for your claims. You should also offer evidence for your counterclaims. So if you say something is not true, you need to have evidence as to why the claim is untrue. So I want to do that. First of all, how do I know God exists? Because there is an intricate design inside the universe, and a design points to a designer. The universe is fine-tuned, in fact, so specifically that there is no better way to explain it than that someone monkeyed with the laws of physics, as Edward Boyles, a Nobel Prize-winning scientist, says, that it seems like someone had precisely put that person is God. Not only that, but whatever begins to exist has to have a beginner. The universe began to exist, so it would be logical that someone outside the universe began it. And this is just one of many, but the moral, objective moral understanding that all of us have. So we look at various things and we go, that is right, that is wrong. Those are moral assessments. And our understanding of objective morality. Now, it's not consistent understanding of morality, but all of us have an understanding of moral values, what is good, what is best. And those moral values are a result of a moral, objective lawgiver, though we don't all agree on what he says because he gave us free will. So these are the evidences, and so most atheists are like, well, you only got 3 pieces of evidence for the existence of God, and that actually is not true. I have millions, if not billions, if not trillions of pieces of evidence underneath those categories. Those are just categories. When you talk about the fine-tuning of the universe, there's probably about 50 or 60 things that if they were not that precise, the universe could not exist. Things like the speed of the cosmological constant, the size of the proton, the size of the electric charge of the electron, the neutron, all of these specific pieces of the atom, and think of the trillions of atoms that are inside your body, not to mention probably the indescribable number, well, it's a describable number, but a number that I don't know that is so large that represents every atom in the universe. Every one of those is evidence that there was a designer. And here is the big mistake that atheists make. No atheist would look at a house and go, well, there was no architect there was no designer, someone just well, and maybe not an architect if it was a poorly constructed house, but there wasn't someone that thoughtfully built it. No one would look at a book and go, there was no author to this book, somebody wrote this. So we understand that in things with minor complexity, like a house or a car or a book, there had to be someone that wrote it, designed it, that was intelligent behind it. Well, when you look at the universe, there's far more complexity than that. And so the claim of atheism is to say, well, that's not evidence that there's a God, the intricacies of the universe. You're essentially saying that the greater level of complexity, the more chance that has to happen by accident. So something that has very little complexity, like a painting, a vehicle, a house, well, that clearly has a designer. But something that is far more complex, like the design of an atom, every aspect, like the very fact that I have the ability, what my brain is doing right now, is far more complex than what any person has ever designed. And we're saying that as that complexity increases, the need for a designer decreases, and that is actually not logical. And so my evidence is based on logical claims through observations of the universe. And so you're welcome to say, I don't agree with that, that's not true, that's not evidence. Then you need to offer counterpoints. And most atheists just go, well, I just have unbelief, I don't have to offer counterpoints. But what you're saying is what I'm saying is untrue. So if I make a claim that is established or that I'm placing out there, then if that claim is untrue, it should be very easy for you to go, well, here's why it's not true. but most atheists don't even want to take the time to demonstrate how the claim is not true. And yet all three of these claims, the fact that there's a fine-tuning of the universe, the fact that there's moral understanding, and the fact that whatever begins to exist has a beginner, these are significant categories that are filled with massive amounts of evidence. So I challenge you, atheists, demonstrate how this is untrue without just dismissing or presupposing that what I claimed is untrue. That would be the challenge, and I invite that. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen.